Happy Monday.
Monday.
Lunes. Welcome to the PHNX Sun Devils show. I'm Anthony Dotry.
Football.
He's Shawn DePaz. He's Shane Devan.
I am.
And that was our new partner.
Yeah.
BetMGM, baby.
Yeah.
Hell of a weekend for Sun Devil Nation and a hell of a Monday for everybody here at PHNX because of BetMGM. Gents, how you feeling?
Oh my God. I said this on bets. Let's say it right now in the wise words of DJ Khaled. Lion. So happy to be with the Lion.
Yeah, man.
You guys know? Have you guys seen that video?
No, I haven't.
I watched so many.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, good.
when
Good,
DJ
good.
Khaled was in his thing, Major Keeler. Remember when he got stranded at sea?
Yeah.
On his jet
Yes.
ski?
That was the same timeline.
Yeah.
So you never saw that?
No.
Yeah, that like the lion
Was it
statues.
Snapchat stories,
Yeah,
Instagram?
Snapchat stories.
Yeah, he had a Snapchat story. He had a bunch of Snapchat stories that were crazy, and he had a lion
Like little
statue in his garden out front. And every single day he'd pass it and go, Lion,
Yeah.
the lion.
That is actually awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, MGM is. It's just
MGM's
different,
actually
man.
awesome.
It's
Yeah.
different, man. It's like
It's
very happy.
Lee can
amazing.
attest. The lion is my best friend.
The lion is your best
The
friend.
lion is my best friend.
That'd be crazy to have a best friend that's a jungle cat. To be
Yeah,
honest with you.
ask. What was it? Hall & Oates. We're the one that had the.
No, Hall & Oates is the
No.
band.
No. Who was the two guys?
The magicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hall & Oates, yeah.
I know. It's Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy. Yeah. I got.
Hall & Oates.
I knew it was two names.
So
I knew Hall &
funny.
Oates was the band. I just didn't realize that the
That they
Lions
weren't
were with
associated with a lion?
I honestly didn't know that Siegfried and Roy were magicians. That was really my thing.
What do you think they were?
Some kind of celebrities.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, why not?
That was way funnier.
Guys, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code PHNX, and you guys are going to get up to $1,000 first
What?
bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. Okay, download the BetMGM app and sign up using bonus code PHNX. Deposit at least 10 bones and place your first wager on
That's max.
any game. And then the third step, you guys are going to receive up to $1,000 in bonus bet. If your bet loses, just make sure you use bonus code PHNX when you sign up. And guess what, guys? There's more.
What?
Yes, there's more.
No, there's not.
There is more. I promise. To kick off the partnership, we're doing a massive watch party this Saturday at 2 p.m. at the BetMGM Sportsbook at State Farm Stadium. Come watch the last stages of college basketball play out, as they're going to have food and beverage specials, giveaways, massive TVs to watch the game on. Plus, if you register and place your first bet with promo code PHNX when you sign up, you're going to receive a PHNX shirt, guys. Come on now.
It's a legit sports book. It's not just some like place where you go place bets and there's like flat screen TVs, like a sports bar. It's legit.
I had never been like obviously we were in Vegas and I was in a sports book, but like I'd never been in just like a standalone sports book before.
Yeah.
That shit is so nice.
Yeah, it's really
It's
nice. It's brand new too.
Unbelievable.
State
Yeah,
of the art.
it is.
State of the art.
It's beautiful, guys. Again, do all those amazing things. We'll see you Saturday. Just a couple things to keep in mind. 21 plus to wager. Visit betmgm.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE.
And
Yes,
why?
Hope NY. There we go. Or text Hope NY to 467-369. New York, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Arizona, 1-800-522-4700. Kansas, Nevada, 1-800-327-5050. Massachusetts, 1-800-BETS-OFF. Iowa, 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help.
I
Michigan.
love the 50-50 states.
What? Confidential help. Michigan.
Michigan. Thank you for throwing that in there.
Of course.
Didn't want to forget that last. state.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado.
Well, ours was different.
Connecticut.
Ours had a different song to it, but I can't remember.
Really?
There's Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut,
Mine was
Delaware,
more like
Florida,
Shane's.
Georgia,
Hawaii and Idaho, Illinois, Indiana,
Wisconsin, Wyoming.
Oh, we
Why'd
had
you
a
just skip to the
we
W's?
but we also had we're getting like
Oh.
straight New York State propaganda at the end of ours, because afterwards we would go, this was elementary school, we'd go, New York is the best
God.
of the 50 nifty United States
Yes,
and
comrade.
the 13 original
Yes, comrade.
colonies. Shout 'em, scout 'em, tell all about 'em, one by one till we get 'em all done.
Bring
so
your
sorry.
friends, bring your family,
I'm
and
so
make
sorry.
more people move in. We need bigger populations in New York.
What?
Everybody wins.
All the old people are leaving for Florida.
Share money. Share money.
Okay.
Everyone's dollar is the same.
Enough about the
The
50
government is a
states.
lie.
Uprising.
Birds are not real.
Political uprising.
So ASU basketball.
What?
ASU basketball. Let's get straight into that. Why don't we, guys? Hell of a weekend for ASU sports in general. We're going to get into ASU basketball, ASU swim and dive, ASU baseball, maybe even some football talk at the end. We'll see if we have time for it. But starting with ASU hoops, Friday night, we were out at the PHNX tea party. And what comes across our screen?
What comes across your screen?
What comes across my screen? Devan Cambridge announcing
Just
that
him?
he's going to run it back.
Oh.
He's going to run it back. This was his Instagram post that he had with the big announcement saying, let's run it back. Got some unfinished business. And boys, you see that very first like up there?
Warren Washington.
Warren Washington. First one to like it. Still TBD.
Pooping on him.
Still
In the
waiting to
words of
see
Desmond Cambridge Jr.
if Warren decides to come back. But
Just
Shane,
pooping.
what do you
Poop,
think it
poop,
means
poop.
just to get Devan Cambridge back in the mix for ASU hoops next season?
Oh, it is so big. Bounce man.
Bounce.
Bounce man is back. It's just, I mean, it's your energy guy. He's going to be, you know, a huge voice in the locker room,
Yeah.
I'd assume, with DJ leaving. And yeah, it's great. Shout out to Chris, who always DMs me on Instagram about ASU news. He sent me his Instagram story that said need an edit, and he just sent me that story and then went off for like a paragraph about ASU needs boosters. This is horseshit. Another person leaving, and then the edit was him coming back, and he was like, "Oh, never mind."
I
So
could have done that edit for you, Dev.
yeah, I mean, it's great.
What about you, Shawn?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. And I mean, like, we talked about it a lot this year. Just like the difference between one of the big differences between this year and the year before was the fact that they like dunked the basketball sometimes.
Yeah.
And you saw the energy that could provide. And Dev was like dunker in chief. He was
Dunker in chief?
Dunker in chief. He was like he's Mr. Jumpman. Like the energy he can provide just from his athleticism is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Some of my
and so-
favorite cartoon noises.
And it's very hard to replace a guy like that. Like they
Yeah.
don't make a whole lot of Dev Cambridges.
no,
Um,
whoever made him.
Well, they did actually make two. They made two Cambridges.
Well,
no,
yeah, but
they only one Dev Cambridge.
Yeah,
That's
they didn't make a
true.
lot
They
of
made two Dev Cambridges.
Chris, I've
Senior
been
and junior.
I've been asked for you to change your profile picture so we can put you back up on the screen.
Yeah, there we go.
By one of our by up there, I mean he's just
By
really tall.
God.
He's just really tall. No,
Yeah.
Jacob.
Yeah, Chris in the chat, Caleb Love to the Arizona State University.
Boing,
Yeah,
boing,
we'll,
boing.
we'll get into some of those potential incoming transfers or just guys that have entered the transfer portal. That could definitely be interesting. But back to Dev for a second. I think you bring back a guy that, to your point, Shawn, was at times, and I know it became a joke for us, like anytime you dunk the basketball, like, oh, the game finally started, right?
Yep.
But like, it was a different kind of energy when he would dunk the basketball, or he was your guy that gave you second effort. Like he never seemed to run out of energy. Like it could be the second half, 5 minutes left, and he's been playing, and ASU down 3, up 5. It didn't matter. Like he was your guy that was going to have a big time play.
Yeah.
And it wasn't always a bucket, which I think is super important, right? I think bucket getters come and go, but like guys like Devan Cambridge are super, super hard to find, right? That can impact the game in a way other than simply scoring.
Well, there were multiple times this year where he changed the course of a game where, you know, he'd be in foul trouble and then the energy would kind of, there would be a lull and then he'd come back in the game. I remember the game against Washington when he had like 49 dunks in one half.
Yeah.
He had what, like,
I think it was like
I think he had
4
4
or
or 5 dunks in the second half. And he controlled and took over that game.
this man did a reverse in an NCAA tournament game.
Dude,
You could say he is the Tamarcus Davis of basketball who just put up a 41-inch vertical.
Damn.
41-inch vertical.
At ASU football's pro day?
Yes. By
Damn.
the way. But yeah, no. We talk, like I just said, the energy that he provides. I mean, it's something similar to what Duke Brennan provided. Like you said, it wasn't always a bucket that was the way he was making an impact. But you saw plenty of times where, like, if he was producing offensively, like that was the difference. It's unbelievable that we only ended up taking 1, or I guess 2 shots last year for the 15-15. But like, and I think now with the guys that are leaving, he has an opportunity to be like the face of the program. which seems like the kind of thing he might relish. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see, because I don't know if it's fair to say he was in the shadow of his brother, but obviously his brother was the focal point of this team last year. For him to be like the focus, because he wasn't that at Auburn either, for him to be like the focus of this team, it's going to be really interesting to see if he's able to thrive in that position. So I'm very, very glad that he's back.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. In terms of another player that is going to be staying, guys, Frankie Collins. I think he has been the most vocal about it, that he's going to be back at Arizona State.
Frankie the recruiter.
Yeah, Frankie the recruiter. He has been on a mission on social media lately, tweeting all sorts of stuff, just trying to get people and players specifically, obviously, to come to Arizona State. These are some of the tweets that he's decided that he was going to go for. Somebody tweeted, "Frank, what do you know?" And this was after he tweeted Frankie the recruiter. And he just responded with, "What do I know, or what am I creating?" Frankie Collins is an orchestrator.
That sounds like he's Bane or something. It sounds like a villain.
Yeah, he does. I could totally see him taking on that role too. That that Trae Young and MSG role.
Yep.
Could totally see it. What's that sound like? What is he doing in there? What's that? You know what I'm talking about? Like a sound on TikTok. I don't know.
He's like, what is he doing?
What?
Yeah.
How is he doing that?
I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember exactly what it is. But yeah, I mean, he's clearly cooking up something. And I mean, like, I feel like we've kind of mentioned this before. Like, it's one thing to have coaches out here recruiting, but when you have, we talked about it the other day with football, and like, it's one thing when the coaches are trying to recruit, but you have a player who is like, this is a place you want to play. That can has at least a very different kind of effect on guys. And I'm just, it's awesome to see a guy, like, especially a guy who we know is going to be here for a few years, have this kind of energy for this program. And a program that has honestly kind of been devoid of this kind of energy for a while.
Yeah.
I think Frankie is him getting in the stew it's big.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking a look at, obviously the players that have entered the transfer portal for Arizona State include a DJ Horn, Jemiah Neal, and Enoch. There's still potential that Jemiah returns. I think everybody's pretty consistent on the idea that DJ's gone regardless, wants to get back closer to home. I know there was a lot of people talking about NIL stuff for him, but the majority for DJ of him leaving is trying to get closer to his family. I know there was, I think 24/7 had posted where DJ had said like there were schools that had reached out to him already. And again, we said it last week, but NC State makes the most sense in terms of him getting closer to home. In terms of guys coming to Arizona State, a couple of guys that we heard over the weekend, whether they've entered the transfer portal or just been tied to it. I know Puff Johnson, he was tied to ASU. Had Caleb Love enter the transfer portal this morning.
Well, I don't know.
Wouldn't that be something?
For Caleb Love or both of them?
Well, I mean, Puff would be cool, but like, that doesn't really make sense. Like, I mean, it makes sense because he went to high school here, but I don't know. There's connections because of the Suns and his brother for a little bit, but
It'd be
Caleb
fun.
Love would be insane.
Be fun.
Caleb
I
Love is
want
a dog.
Khalif Battle. And if that last name sounds familiar to ASU fans, it's because his older brother tore your hearts out in the round.
No, he didn't.
In the first four back
he
a few
didn't.
years ago. That kid is a dog. He's very good. He's bounced around a little bit.
Where'd you say he went?
He's Temple last. He started, I forget where he started at Butler. But he tore his ACL at one point. So I think he's been at 3 different schools in 3 different years. But he is a very good basketball player. And I also obviously have a little bit of an emotional attachment to him.
One name on DJ Horn's list I didn't even see is Arkansas.
Yeah.
That would be so electric.
Dude, they're going to make me put another future on the MGM Sportsbook app.
I wonder what their recruiting class looks like next year because they have like 3 guys that are going to go in the first round this year.
One guy to definitely keep an eye out for that I know Frankie has been heavy in recruiting is Keyshawn Gilbert. He was a sophomore over at UNLV, a guy that averaged 11 points a game, 3 boards, 3 assists, shot 46% from the field. You look at the way that he finished the season, the numbers aren't phenomenal in terms of scoring, but there were points this season where he really, really had, just some solid outings. You look at a team like SDSU, right? That's in the Final Four. He dropped 19 points on SDSU, and we know SDSU's got some crazy defense. He was going through scoring stretches of 13, 19, 10.
But what did he do
19,
against
16.
the one Pac-12 school that they played this year?
He dropped 25 on their head
on Wazoo
and shot 66% from the field.
We love a zone beater.
and he could fit perfectly, right? You talk about the guards that are leaving Arizona State. There is a big glaring hole, and I think a Keyshawn Gilbert could definitely fill that. Well, whether Puff Johnson, Caleb Love, any of those like ridiculously fun names ever pan out, I think the Keyshawn Gilbert thing is interesting. What do you guys think about Frankie going super hard for one or two specific players on social media, as opposed to being a little bit more generic about it?
I mean, it's a double-edged sword, right? Like, I mean, if those kids are, I mean, there's clear like a clear sign of commitment, right? But then it's like a little bit of putting all of your eggs in one basket type thing. But I mean, I love seeing a guy who is in a lot of ways who's going to be the, if not the leader, like the orchestrator, the conductor of this team, have an idea of what kind of guys he wants to play with. Because I think if the guy who the offense is running through has guys he wants to play with playing on the court with them, like it's only gonna benefit them. But like I said, it could also end up being one of those things where you put all your eggs in one basket and it doesn't work out, and then you're kind of sitting there with your pants around your ankles. So like, I don't know, but like I said earlier, I love seeing the energy that he has, and I'm never gonna get upset about that.
Yeah. What do you think about Arizona State reaching out to a guy like Puff Johnson?
I think they should reach out to as many transfers as possible. I mean, what I've been doing for the last 5 minutes, while of course being engaged in this wonderful conversation, is scrolling. There's like 400 plus kids that are
in the transfer
portal, and just seeing some names from these other schools. I mean, somebody mentioned it. Khalil Warrior's in the portal, a 5-star that was supposed to make the biggest impact at Oregon, and just really didn't do much. Like, I think you should reach out to as many as you can. I mean, it's the world of college basketball now, and we know Bobby thrives in the portal, man. We know he thrives in the portal.
Yeah, we saw that photo of him on a phone call. I think it was during the UConn game.
And turned into a meme.
Yeah. Who's he on the phone with? Maybe Caleb Love, a Puff Johnson?
Or Tony Totri.
Oh, yeah? He was calling me? Or my grandpa, since I don't go by Tony Totri?
Yeah, you do.
I don't, though.
As of today.
As of today?
Yep.
I'm legally changing my name again? It's crazy.
Let's go get TJ Bamba.
Get TJ Bamba?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
He's in the portal?
He's one of the kids that's entering who's trying to go into the draft.
Yeah.
But maintaining his eligibility and also entering the portal. But I would love to steal some kids from in conference.
Yeah, because teams love doing that from ASU.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's true.
Shout out Jade Lavelle and Taya Hansen.
Give me Cal's only good player.
They
The
have a
German?
good player?
Yeah.
I don't have any good players. When you win 3 games, nobody on your team's good, to be honest with you.
Remember, I think their leading scorer was like the 30th leading scorer in the conference.
Yeah. Joshua in the chat, a lot more names to enter next week. Puff would be nice, but there will be some good names from mid-majors. Absolutely. I would expect over the next 2 to 3 weeks, you'll probably get ASU. ASU will have an incoming transfer or two in the next 2 to 3 weeks, which will be nice, right? Because I think it was full on Chicken Little, the world or the sky is falling when
The world is falling.
Who's
when-
Chicken Littling?
ASU fans.
Yeah.
As soon as they saw DJ Horn
Yeah.
and Jemiah entering the transfer portal, I think it was, oh my gosh, we have nobody left.
Yeah.
Like there was somebody tweeted out a meme and they're like, the Arizona State basketball roster, and it was just a photo of Bobby Hurley Jr. Like it's gonna be okay.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, if we didn't have obviously we have
Time to
more
prepare.
behind the scenes knowledge. Yeah. And so if that had all happened at once we had no idea it was coming, we probably would have been a little apocalyptic too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but still, regardless, it's unfair to the kids who are on this roster, like Austin, for example, who we know, or at least we expect to take a big step. Frankie is still here, and he progressed a lot during the year. And then they obviously have 2 really good recruits coming in.
And let's not forget the one and only Alonzo Gaffney.
Yeah.
Still in Arizona
again,
State Sun Devil.
I was very hard on, but was very good at the end of the year, or at least served his purpose at the end of the year, like served a role. And
You talk about Gaffney like he is a prophecy of medieval times.
yeah, he is.
I mean,
he is the future.
if you were in the medieval times and a guy that's just like built like him walked in the door, I'd be like, oh boy, this is our knight in shining armor. He's gonna go slay that dragon. Starts breathing fire.
I'd be. They might have a different reaction, but yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
But he's cool. He's in armor. You can't even.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Darren Williams. Talk about mid-major. Is San Diego State a mid-major? Can we talk about this for a second?
No, they are Pac-12 champion.
Yeah.
They're the
Is
best team in the
Nevada a
conference.
mid-major then? The Mountain West is a mid-major conference, but are those?
Yeah, but they are kind of
I
like
think
the West Coast version of the Big East, where it's like they are not a Power 5, but it's like half their schools are better than the schools in Power 5 conferences.
Yeah, the Big East is a mid-major conference, but there are teams that are definitely not mid-majors.
Yeah, that's why they refer to it the Power, the P6 or the Power 5+1 type thing.
Darren Williams, if you guys remember him, freshman from Nevada, 4 for 4 from the 3-point line against ASU, was one of the only good players on the court for Nevada that day. He has entered the portal, and Frankie commented the eyes emoji underneath his Instagram post. Shout out Chris.
The
for
pipeline from Nevada,
like
just the state of Nevada,
the state of Nevada,
to Arizona State
pipeline
is real, dude. It's real, especially if they go get Keyshawn Gilbert, right? Like you're gonna get back-to-back seasons now of multiple players from the state of Nevada coming to ASU.
But let's also take a second to appreciate the fact that this time last year, I don't think there was any obvious there wasn't. We weren't having this conversation about players trying to go recruit guys and potential targets. We
were still 4 days away from the news of Devan Cambridge coming.
Yeah, which we didn't really have any insight into before it happened.
Yeah.
So there's. It obviously could be one of these guys, but there's also a chance that ASU's best player next year, you have no idea. You don't know his name.
He might not even be in the portal yet.
Yeah, 100%.
That's just the way college basketball works now, right? Is you really have no idea what the roster is going to look like. Yeah, wouldn't that be a fucking turnaround?
Right.
The best player was on ASU, and then he decided that he was going to enter the transfer portal and then come back.
I'll take it. I would take it. Listen, I'm not going to be mad at you for trying to leave as long as you come back.
As long as you come home.
Do you see Jalen House going to come back again to UNO? Isn't it? I love that man. He's really, really, really fun to watch.
Yeah.
God, that would have been cool. Oh my God.
For him coming back
Can
here.
you imagine that? I mean, that's guard you right there. Jalen House and DJ Horn and Dez. Frankie off the bench. Dude, that would have been disgusting.
What could have been?
What could have been?
It wouldn't have worked. They don't get Frankie if
and James Harden. Don't forget James Harden's coming back too.
Yeah.
That's why he's not playing for the Sixers.
Dude, you're just lying to them. You're
I'm
lying to the people.
lying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was giving a hypothetical.
Okay.
You're just lying.
We're not lying when we tell you guys that you should go check out Circle K. They've got all of the best snacks.
Snackies?
They're just it's like the nicest, cleanest, most stocked gas station out there. What were you saying?
Raddest.
When somebody says rad, I think of what's that
Rocket Power.
Yes. Thank you.
I was read you, bro.
Phenomenal. You read me like a fucking children's book.
Yeah.
Why does it have to be a children's book?
Because it was easy to read.
Dude,
never heard that before?
Fucking.
Did you just did that again?
Yeah.
That was scary.
God. Fucking fire, man. Guys, make sure you're not missing out on all the great stuff. And be stocked all March Madness long. Head to circlek.com/store locator. Again, circlek.com/store locator.
Whoa. Look at we just did it
Circle
too.
K's fucking near you. Tragic. Guys, Sun Devil baseball.
Dude.
They are indeed a
wagon. What's this? It appears that ASU baseball is a wagon.
They're back. They beat the hell out of GCU earlier in the week.
Ranked GCU.
Shawn, can you?
I never broke it. I just go bear down.
I was breaking. I was asking if you could break it with me.
I go bear. I hate that the phrase is bear down because you can't say bear down.
Bear down.
Bear down.
It's like they own the fact that they suck.
Yeah. Close.
ASU baseball swept Arizona. And I think the fun thing is every single game, somebody different was popping off, right? Game 1, Luke Keeschel, he had 2 homers.
Dog.
Game 2, freshman New Contreras had a homer and 2 doubles. He was also announced as the
Pac-12 Player of the Week.
Pac-12 Player of the Week. And then Game 3, Ryan Campos, Contreras, bunch of players. They had combined 15 hits. They dominated, dude.
They did,
and now they've won 10 of their last 11.
Yeah. I mean, can't say I saw it coming. I definitely did not expect a sweep. I'll say that. If I was being honest, I probably would have expected them to win one game. But what did we say last week? That first game sets the tone for the series. And it clearly did, because they obviously went on to sweep U of A. And I mean, Willie had said it after the series, like, the guys bought in this week and they were seeing the ball better. Like, and if everyone's bought in and they are playing, and the the pitching is doing their job, which they did for this weekend.
Yeah, or if they're just fine, even.
Yeah, like because with these bats,
catastrophic.
with these bats, like, it's like the Diamondbacks last year. If the pitching was just fucking average, they would have been a playoff team. That's all this team needs, is the bullpen to be average, and they were this week, and they have the bats to carry them, and the bats did their job. And that's one thing. Like, baseball is a sport where guys get hot and they stay hot. Yeah. Like, guys go on streaks. And if this team is getting hot, especially now as they're in the thick of Pac-12 play, watch out.
This 11 or 10 of the last 11 comes like weeks after they won 1 of 8 games, or 1 of 7 games. Like, it's such a hot and cold sport, and this team can be hot and cold, but it's because of the dependence on pitching, or not even. Their bats are so good that they just, again, need the pitching to be okay. Just be okay. And they can dominate.
ASU baseball 16-8 overall, 5-1 in conference, which has ASU atop the Pac-12 standings for baseball. Not something that I figured we would say here 24 games into the season.
When was the last time we were talking about ASU being on the top of the pack?
Stop it. Let's not get into it. But 5-1 in conference, 16-8 overall. They've got a game against UNLV.
Yeah, they can go pick up Keyshawn
tomorrow.
Gilbert.
That's the Keyshawn Gilbert game.
You just go bring him back.
And then at the end of the week, they've got Cal in a 3-game series, and Cal is currently the worst team in the Pac-12, which I feel like you can at this point say consistently in just about every sport.
Except for swimming.
Except for swim and dive. They are really good at that.
Softball.
But even then, did they win? Did they win the NCAAs? Or did Texas?
Swimming?
Yeah.
I didn't see. I was more focused on Léon Marchand going fucking
Well,
crazy.
we will get to that.
But I like, again, they need the baseball team needs to get some revenge for the softball team. Cal won the series this weekend. So
guess what? U of A, they got a game tomorrow against GCU.
Ooh, big matchup of unranked teams.
That might be fun. ASU's not ranked.
No, I know. Just saying, when we took GCU's ranking.
Yes, we took it.
Rankings.
Yeah, and then we gave it back. We threw it on the ground. What would it mean, do you guys think, for ASU to rack up by the end of the week? They could be 20-8 this season to start. What would that mean for Willie's second season at the helm?
Oh, I mean, it's huge. Like, because I don't think it took very long. Like, obviously, people were very disappointed by Willie's first year, but it was his first year. It was not. He didn't have all the time to put together his team, and I think people started getting very concerned very quickly this year. Yeah, that it was going to be more of the same, and that Willie might not be the answer. And now they're obviously have gone on a little bit of a run. And if they can have another strong series, especially a series that is not as emotionally, like, they're not as, I guess, not that they're not invested in, but obviously playing U of A is always different, and anything can happen in a rivalry game. But if they are able to stay like high and carry that momentum and not like have like an emotional letdown, like, that's huge. And I think it'll go a long way for the fan base to like buy back into Willie. I mean, you saw it last week. It was the best 3-game set in Muni history. Yeah. So people are clearly starting to feel the vibes, and it's a huge. I mean, similar to ASU basketball. Like, they were on a run, but you lose a couple games, and none of it means anything anymore. Yeah, everyone will start getting sad again.
What did we say last year? There's a reason why we didn't panic when Willie's teams weren't working. You just need to get your guys, and one of your guys is Noah Contreras, who's been incredible. Also,
he's a freshman
from Hawaii. Can you imagine hitting Jackson, Hawaii?
No,
the Gatorade Player of the Year in Hawaii. Just so hitting. Nice. Just.
He had 10 RBIs last week.
RBI.
I was refraining. Okay. I was refraining because
there you go. Whatever. But I think what's impressive for me about him, right, is I feel like it'd be easy for a freshman to get down on himself after starting
100%
the way he did on Friday,
especially when you come from being the Gatorade Player of the Year. Like, you see so often in so many sports where guys are like the best in high school. They come, they struggle, and they don't know how to handle it.
And like for him against Arizona in the first game, he went 0 for 4. A rough day. ASU obviously still got the dub, but he bounced back the last 2 games, went 3 of 5, 4 of 5, 5 RBI on Saturday.
Thank you.
And 3 on Sunday. If he can start consistently putting together performances like that, dude, ASU baseball has a good chance of staying a top 3 team in this conference in terms of baseball. And historically, ASU baseball should be a top 3 baseball program in the conference.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason they shouldn't be. And if you get consistent efforts like this from freshmen, imagine what this does long term to try and build ASU baseball back up as a program. Like,
It's on its way up. The scaffolding's there.
Yeah, 100%.
On its way up.
I'm
so
just
ready.
excited to get to the Pac-12 tournament and actually like have hope this year.
Uh-huh.
Like, because I mean, obviously last year they did better than I expected, but it didn't mean anything. Like this year, again, when you have bats like this, they can get hot in a tournament situation.
Yeah.
And even if the rest of the season sucks, like they have done enough for me to know that these bats are deadly. It can be a dangerous tournament team.
anytime you have 15 hits against your in-state rival, let alone a conference opponent. Like,
And I mean, a very good team. Like Arizona is a very good baseball team. Not ranked, but they're a very good baseball team.
Mac in the chat, realistic chance to come home next week to Muni with 20 wins. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially you got UNLV, like we said. Go pick up Keyshawn Gilbert. It's a great addition for the basketball team.
Get out to Muni. Like, fuck, the weather's
thought you were-
beautiful.
Oh, you're saying get out to Cal. Go to Berkeley. Go watch those games.
Why not?
Well, yeah, I mean that too. If you're out there, but no, get out to Muni. It's a vibe out there.
Yeah, realistically, you probably got 2 more weeks of really nice weather.
Yeah,
Before it starts getting
Enjoy it.
hot. Yeah, absolutely, guys.
Right?
I don't
Who
know, I'm
knows
not big on
here? It could be 103.
Let me pull up
tomorrow.
my month-long forecast.
You do that, I'm going to tell everybody about Burrito Express. Guys, if you haven't checked them
There's
out,
a lot of burritos.
I
in
don't
my
know
month-long
what you're
forecast.
doing. I absolutely have no idea what you're doing. Sunday at Muni could have been a perfect day for you. You could have gone out to Burrito Express, gotten a breakfast supreme, and then gone to see ASU baseball, finish off the sweep of U of A. But if you haven't, guys, they got locations all across the valley. The steak, egg, add bacon, my personal favorite. Are you still on the breakfast supreme add chorizo?
I go back and forth. I went Saturday after ASU scrimmage, and I went. What did I do? I went steak and egg, add bacon, add cheese, no tomato.
It's so good, guys.
It's
Check them out
gas.
and give them a follow on social at Burrito EXP.
I don't know what just popped up on mine.
Be safe.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, it gets to the high 80s at the end of the month. So at the end of April, not this
That's not
month,
bad.
not like tomorrow.
I mean, it still won't be games are in
High
the
80s
evening.
is
It'll
not
still be
bad.
not bad. You know what's not just not bad, but pretty fucking great?
Tell me.
4 Peaks.
Mm.
Come on now. We're gonna be out at 4 Peaks 2 days from now, last Wednesday. So come hang out. You know, come vibe with us.
Shawn will be dyeing his hair at 4 Peaks.
Oh, don't. That seems like a health code violation.
You're not in the
Well,
kitchen.
What?
You're not in the kitchen.
I suppose that's
You'll
true.
be outside. Plus
we're
the dye,
inside this
the dye is there is no dye because your hair is already just gonna stay black.
Yeah, because Reza told
That's
me to
so
keep it
dumb.
black. I'm
So
just
dumb.
saying. But no, pull through to 4 Peaks. It's a whole ass vibe. They have great food, and if you can't come on Wednesday, then make plans way ahead of time for April 27th because it's the NFL draft. And I don't know if you knew this, but the Cardinals have a very high draft.
Because they sucked last year.
They did suck last year, but you
This
know,
is my favorite part about our show is the ongoing bit we have with the feuding.
yeah.
with
Well,
the
usually
Cardinals.
Bo's sitting right off screen, so it's a little more fun to kind of.
I
take
just
shots at
can't.
him.
I can't wait for Will Anderson to fall to the Seahawks because
Yeah.
the Cardinals are
Yeah.
stupid.
Well, or the Cardinals trade back.
Well, that's what they're gonna do. They're
No,
stupid.
that's stupid. Yeah, yeah.
They're
That's
gonna draft Jalen Carter.
who knows.
That'd be funny.
But
But you can be there at 4 Peaks.
yeah, you
I
can be
won't
there.
though.
Pain or pleasure.
4
You
Peaks.
Experience it at 4 Peaks.
Felt like a Roman ad somewhere in there.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be pain.
But yeah, April 27th, 4 Peaks 8th Street Pub. It's amazing. You can go there anytime, but be there for the draft.
Carry
But
the
as
one.
always, you must be 21 or older to enjoy responsibly. I can't wait. It's been so long since I've had tendies. I got to do the same thing I did last time. Craig and I had a little date at 4 Peaks last time.
Split tendies and French
and a
onions.
French dip. Yeah, and
You lady in the
Dude,
Tramp
French
it?
dip.
French dip is a top 3 sandwich. We need a snake draft sandwiches.
I want to do flags.
No, we
mean,
gotta do
we got
flags.
plenty of
We got
them.
it, but I'm saying at some point this summer. We got to come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should keep a list of our ideas. Anyways, Bo's here.
The Cardinals,
Hey, Bo, the Cardinals suck.
they have the
Cardinals
third
suck,
overall
But
draft
go to
pick.
4 Peaks and watch the draft. Do that. You know who the Cardinals should draft with the
Léon
third overall
Marchand.
pick? Léon Marchand.
That would be
Absolutely. Guys, if you didn't know, shout out to ASU Swim and Dive. They finished second at NCAA's highest finish in program history. and it is in large part thanks to the GOAT of collegiate swimming.
You know how people call LeBron Le Goat?
Yeah.
He's the real Le Goat.
He's the Lego.
What did he say earlier?
Leon Le Goat.
Croissants, baguettes,
And
and
bodies.
bodies. He was taking bodies.
Guys, Léon Marchand is a wagon by himself.
I feel like we get very like hyperbolic, and by we I mean me, very hyperbolic and dramatic on the show. He might end up being the greatest swimmer of all time, not named Michael Phelps.
Yes.
Male swimmer of all time, not named Michael Phelps. Like this kid is a freak, and then he's gonna be swimming at the Olympics at his home country. Watch out.
I mean, this might be hyperbolic, but he damn near might be better than Michael Phelps.
Yeah, I mean it's hard when Mike's got all those medals.
Yeah,
he's got to do that
first
on
name
a world stage before.
And-
But
for
you
multiple
mentioned this.
Olympics.
You mentioned this. Where are the Summer Olympics?
Yeah, home
Yeah.
country of France. If they're not rioting in the streets,
You know the you hate the French.
I don't hate the French
You hate
because I
the
love
French
Leon.
but love Leon Marchand.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't
you
hate
know the scene?
Leon. I do not hate the French.
You quite literally, I think I've said
Are
that
you
on air.
scared he's going to take your body or what?
Can we move on from that?
Yeah.
Pause. Can we? Okay. You know the scene in SpongeBob where David Hasselhoff is swimming the
Yeah.
back with the crowd? That's how he swims.
Just these are a jet ski.
Yeah.
Well, we've actually got a video. So this was his 400
Where is everybody
individual
else?
medley race, which are you kidding me?
Where
First
is
off,
everybody else?
that was an NCAA record to get under, what was it, 330, I
Yeah.
think it was. Look at him just watching everybody else. Like, it took forever for everybody else to finish. And if you don't know what an individual medley is, so he's got to do all four of the traditional.
All 4 strokes.
Yes, all 4 of the traditional strokes. And his splits were insane. And I think you saw it.
Yeah, Leah,
right?
can you play that again and pause it at the start?
Like,
Look at this. Look
the
at
lead that he has
Look at that.
Like-
is ridiculous.
How many?
This reminds me of like prime Katie Ledecky when she
Yeah.
was just ruining people.
I think we're still in prime Katie Ledecky.
yeah. Well,
she'll
yeah,
never
fair.
finish her prime. Just to put it in perspective, what Léon Marchand has done this season, his season was literally perfect. Did not lose a
So
single
stupid.
individual race all season. He went 26 for 26 in a time span running from ASU's first dual meet against Georgia in September to the NCAA championships. And Marchand is the first Division I NCAA champion swimmer since Cal's Natalie Coughlin to pull off an undefeated individual season. And Coughlin did that 20 years ago.
Can
Leon
you,
Marchand wasn't even alive.
That's crazy.
can we put more emphasis on what you said that first part? He went perfect.
Literally perfect.
And also, like,
He didn't it's not that he didn't lose.
That is like a
or
golfer
not top
winning
3.
every single event for an entire.
it's
That's
it's
like- yeah.
insane. And
That-
also, this is still like a top 3 swim program, and it's like it doesn't even matter because they have one kid who is just fucking
Better than
unbelievable.
everybody.
Like, because like if Leon Marchand wasn't here, obviously they probably still wouldn't be still a top 3 program. But like, there's still plenty of great swimmers in this program.
Yeah.
But like, they all are going to get overshadowed by the fact that they have the greatest male swimmer alive right
Yeah.
now in Léon Marchand. I just am happy that he's a Sun Devil, man. Like he could be doing anything anywhere, and he is a Sun Devil.
And he will be at some point.
Yeah.
But when it's all said and done, he will have spent his collegiate time.
They're going to be forced to talk about Arizona State in the Olympics.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, there's no
Do you-
way you can't.
Do you
Not
think
Leon
they talk
Marchand.
about Bobby?
Yes. Well, because like think
Not
about
Hurley,
this.
but yes.
Bob Bowman-
They talk about Bob.
Bob Bowman is going to end up having coached
about Hurley.
the 2 greatest
Yeah,
male
that's true.
swimmers of all time.
That is absolutely
Yeah.
true. I didn't even think of that. Bob Bowman literally is going to end up coaching the best 2.
He's Papa Goat.
He's Papa Goat?
He breeds goats.
Well,
That's not sus. Breeding
I
goats
wasn't
is not
saying
sus.
it was sus, but he didn't like breed him.
I mean, he's
Yeah,
part
you're
of-
right. Yeah.
that's fair.
He raises goats.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a
He's-
goat farmer.
Bob
Well, but-
Bowman, goat farmer.
Yes.
Get that on a t-shirt.
Bob.
You can't bow without like Bob.
I buy and then I laugh.
Bob Bowman.
Bob.
That was really good.
Thank you.
Leon Marchand.
Hey, you know what this? You know what this? You know what this show is? It's the first song we heard when walking to a Kenny practice. 3-headed goat.
Uh,
Can we all ba at the same time? 3, 2,
I can't
1.
I can't bow well. I can't bow well. Shane, you want to tell the people about illegal pites?
Oh, yeah. What I do to these burritos might be
Yo.
illegal.
Lee and I had legal piece yesterday.
was really.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you tell them about illegal Pete's? What'd you have yesterday? Well, we could do both. Yes. What'd you have?
I had a bowl, white rice. Listen, if you're not getting white rice, what are we doing? Like, white rice is just better. White rice, black beans, steak, queso with an extra side of queso so I can dip my chips in it. Then more cheese.
Was the
I love
queso
me-
piping hot?
Yeah. Duh.
You know what I've realized about their queso, why it's so good?
Mm.
It's because it has the same consistency as like mac and cheese sauce.
It's
It's unbelievable.
It's flawless. More cheese, guac, pico, onions, and jalapenos.
Mm.
Water cup on the side.
Mm.
Flawless.
Um,
If I hadn't been working yesterday, I probably would have gotten a marg. But I was trying to be responsible.
every single hour you're at Illegal Pete's is happy, but they do have happy hour every single day between 3 to 6 p.m. Check out all of their Arizona locations. It's just it's so good. It's just simply better. Simply
It's the
Better.
Léon Marchand
so
of
Leon Marchand.
places to eat.
Places
Leon.
to eat.
Léon.
Plus margaritas.
Léon Marchand.
Four Peaks.
Get
Nope.
it?
Illegal
No,
Pete's.
that was
Get in it and get it in you.
get all of them.
Or get right outside of it because they have outdoor seating.
Yeah.
It was so nice yesterday.
Or if you're in Tucson, get on top of it and
They
get
got-
it in you.
they
They
got
have
two
they have a
floors.
balcony.
What?
Okay, that's crazy.
About goddamn time Tucson is something nice.
Damn, that's crazy. Guys, before we end the show, couple things. Okay, big announcement in a second. Before we do that, go become a diehard. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know.
Go by.
Go. Yeah, that was the Léon
Go
Marchand
become
way
a
to do it.
diehard.
Shane, we were out at the tea party on Friday.
Yeah,
Phenomenal event.
we were there.
Our boy was there.
Our dog,
Just absolutely
the homie,
The boy.
sending piss missiles to the moon.
Jalen Conyers, professional piss missiler.
Mm,
Yes.
He's a piss missile manufacturer.
Yep.
There you go. Piss missile, man.
Yeah.
Piss missler?
Also, by the way, side note, when you search Muhammad Gay on Google,
Jalen
it says he's
Conyers
a
one?
soccer player. Just by the way.
Mm.
And
Is there
Dev
a-
Cambridge is a basketeer. And
Oh, yeah. I
Jalen
forgot Dev
Conyers-
Cambridge is a basketeer.
And Jalen Conyers
That's got to be the
is a
coolest
piss
thing ever.
missler.
Oh, my gosh.
Jalen Conyers, piss missiler.
Guys, become a diehard.
195 ball speed.
Yeah, that was.
Do you think when he gets drafted and he's playing on Monday Night Football, we can get him to say Jalen Conyers, PHNX Sun Devils?
We might actually be able to.
Dude, I'll lose my fucking mind.
Guys, check out phnxlocker.com to grab your membership to receive exclusive content, discounts on all events and merch, and access to our Discord chats. Guys, go become a diehard.
Become
Um,
a diehard and come hang out with us in the Discord.
You know who's a diehard? There's a right answer here.
Bubby?
Bruce Willis.
No.
Bobby Willis.
Bobby fucking Hurley. He's a diehard for Arizona State basketball.
Mm.
And he is going to be on the show tomorrow.
Woo!
The man, the myth, the Bobby,
The best friend of the program at this point.
the best friend of the program, is going to be on the show tomorrow, 2 p.m. We're going to talk to him about his contract extension, potential transfer portal players.
Greg Moore.
Greg Moore.
Greg Moore talking
Um,
shit to Arizona fans.
His brother.
His brother, Dan.
Don't miss it, guys. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Bobby fucking Hurley going to be on the show.
Talked to him about
um,
Damon.
You
Yeah, we're going
think?
to talk
Do
about
you think he's enjoying himself watching his brother?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Could you not?
I don't know, like, because there's probably part of him is like, this
Yeah,
should fucking be me.
But he's
I mean, he's-
expressed how much he loves to
No,
see
I
him.
know.
Yeah, but I
But-
get what you're saying. A competitor like him
yeah,
too.
and
for
he's
sure.
enjoying himself, but it's got it in the back of his mind. He could be, this is gonna be us next year.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, hey, it's awesome that he's getting to see up close and personal.
And it's his younger brother, too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I think obviously there's a little bit of him that would want to be, actually, a lot of him that probably wishes he was in this situation. But to see a sibling, I feel like.
Maybe.
and plus he's for most of his life been able to be like, look at this,
Yeah.
look at this
Yeah.
ring I got, and I was about to take that from
Yeah,
him.
maybe also his brother might teach him a replacement for the
We are doing the home run Princeton sign.
home
For the
run
audio
Princeton's
listeners.
in the circle. Yeah. Just kidding, Bobby. I do love the Princeton.
Well, we can talk
I
about
just
that
think-
tomorrow. Do you want to start the show? Let's start the
Yeah.
show with this tomorrow with
Can
Bobby.
we should just invent a new hand sign.
Also, Xavier Valade, 40-inch vertical.
that's 3 guys with 40 plus.
Yeah,
verticals.
Charles Hall.
Charles
also,
Hall at 40 and a
40-inch
half.
vertical, who is
Wait.
smaller.
X?
Yes, X.
Dude, he's
What?
an athletic freak.
How many reps did he do on bench? 22? 22 and a 40. When is his 40?
I don't know. I'll let you know.
Brother.
Well, you
Also-
can find out. We'll tweet it out.
And we'll
Who
talk about it
who-
tomorrow, probably.
who wins in a game of 1-on-1? Bobby Hurley Jr. or Andrew Hurley? Dan's son. That's on UConn. Also a guard. 6'1".
Yeah, Bobby's nephew.
Keyshawn Gilbert.
Bobby's nephew.
No, I'm going
You think?
junior.
Yeah.
You
Come
going
on now.
junior?
I'm going junior, yeah.
All right, guys.
He's a dog.
You're going with my son? My son is winning?
Yes.
That's awesome. Guys.
Dude,
What?
Also,
My
UConn
son
has an
Junior?
Andre
Oh.
Johnson Jr. and an Andre Jackson Jr. That's just fun.
Follow the show at PHNX _Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony _Tochi. You can follow Shane at Shane Deef. You can follow Shawn at Pause at Shawn _Pause.
Taking croissants, baguettes, and bodies as always.
We will see you guys Tuesday at 2 p.m. with the man, the myth, the Bobby. But for now, guys, peace.